You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there and all of my friends around the world. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, a little overcast because it rained, and rained some more last night. I went outside on the patio this morning, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go out here and sit out here for a second and just, get my day started or whatever. Well, the chairs are wet, just wet up because it rained so hard. And I remember my husband waking up saying, is that rain? I was like, sure is. It was pouring down. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. Nonetheless, 74 degrees, going up to a lovely only 80, y'all. Yeah, it's starting to feel a lot like fall. 80 degrees? What? That is beautiful. It's humid, though. It's 80 degrees, but it is humid, so it could feel like it's hotter than that. But right now, it's 74 and it's humid, so maybe the humidity will burn off as the day heat up. But right now, it's humid outside, 74 degrees, going up to a high of 80, and it's overcast, so it's probably going to rain again. That's probably what's going to happen. All right, hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. For some people, the weekend is still going. You know, a lot of times people hate Monday, but today is a holiday. So a lot of people are probably happy because they get to sleep in late. That's what my husband said last night. He's like, I'm so glad I get to sleep late today. But he was up early. And this is what he does all the time. Even though he's off, the phone is on at 3 o'clock in the morning because that's his normal wake-up hour. So the phone is on, the lights in my face. You know, I hear him moving around in the bed. So it's like I'm off, but I'm really not off because I'm still up at 3 o'clock in the morning with the lights on. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. You know, it's so weird, y'all. I got to say this. I woke up this morning and I was thinking about my mom, which I think about her pretty much every day. But today I was thinking about how she really was the glue that held my family together. Like because since she's been gone, my family has not been the same. Like it doesn't feel like a lot of togetherness. I don't feel like I have that person I can talk to that's totally unbiased anymore. Like I used to go and talk to my mom about anything, right? And not feel judged, not feel like, you know, she's just listening because she's listening. Because sometimes you can just talk to folks and they really don't care. They don't comfort you, you know, and you're kind of just talking for no reason. So me personally, I decide I don't want to talk anymore. So I don't say anything. But my mom was that one person that I could go to and talk to, and she would talk back to me, which is because I hate silence. Like I'm that person that's if you want to turn me off and get on my nerve, just be silent. Because I hate that. And so when my mom was here, I never had to worry about that because unless she was mad at me. Now she would get mad at me sometimes because, you know, she would say stuff. She would try to trick us into doing stuff, and when we called her out, she would get mad at us. But she didn't stay mad because I didn't let her stay mad. But she was the one person that I could go to and just talk, and she would talk back to me, and she would listen to me, and she would give me her advice. And when I tell you I miss that, man, I miss that because right now I don't feel like I had that person to talk to. That person is going to really listen and care. Not just listen and sit there, like listen and really care. I don't have that. And I also realized she was the glue that held my family apart. I look at everything that used to happen in my family before she passed, and everything has fallen to pieces. I know it sounds crazy, right? But I'm feeling some kind of way today, and I can't. Maybe it's the weather. And when I was in my room and I was thinking about her, I just realized, because today is Labor Day. On any other Labor Day, something will be happening in my world. A cookout, somebody will be doing something. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's just to themselves. Nobody has said about anything. I've never been the person to start stuff up. So my mom would always be like, what we having for Labor Day? What we having for Thanksgiving? What we having for this? That was her thing. She loved holidays. And so I just look at my life and I look at how much of a part she was in my life and all of our lives. Because now she's not here, and I feel like everything is just kind of falling apart. And even though we try to keep it together, well, let me say this, even though I try to keep it together, I step back and I look in, and it looks a mess. I ain't gonna even front with y'all. It looks crazy, you know. I feel like my brother's always saying, hey, we all we got. My daughter, my husband, we all we got, but we still feel so very far apart, you know, and we are all we got. it's only my brother and I, and then we got the kids and the spouses. And so in reality, we really are all we have. And my uncle who lives with me, and we all he has, but it's just so weird. Yeah, and I hate to be venting this morning, but I don't know, I'm feeling some kind of way today. I don't know if it's the weather or if it's just because it's a holiday. And I know normally she was the one that would pull it all together. Even though she wasn't the one doing the cooking, she would make sure we were having something. And it just feels just so crazy that we're not having anything. Nobody has said anything about it. My daughter did mention it, and everybody pretty much ignored her. And here's the crazy part. I'm not the person that used to plan stuff. I'm not that person to plan how they get outings. That was never my thing. So if people were waiting for me to say, okay, I never did. It wasn't my thing. Everybody, my mom would plan it, and everybody else would jump in. So nobody's really trying to plan it. And it's like, okay, we're not having anything. So I'm just feeling, I don't know, I'm just really missing her today. And I'm also missing the fact that I don't have her to go to. Like, she was my backbone. Like, she was the person I could go to and feel like I could just talk to, and she wasn't judging me or judging my situations or ignoring me. Oh God, I hate being ignored. She didn't ignore me, and I remember her saying, "You are my rock." She would always put that in her cards, like for my birthday, for Mother's Day, she would put, "You are my rock." Sorry, y'all. Just feeling some kind of way today. So I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after this song.
So many questions that I wanna ask, but I can find the reasons why. You always find a small excuse to leave. What's your excuse to make me cry? My love was lost when you came and took it all. My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. How can I love you when you're not around? How can I let you let me down, down, down? How can I long for you feeling so small? Love should be everything or not at all. My love was lost when you came and took it all. My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up.
Welcome back. So sorry about that, guys. Just feeling a little bit emotional, just missing my mother and missing our talks. She was the one person that I could always go to when I had a problem, and she would try to help me figure out a solution. She was one person that always had in positive words to say. You know, she was the one person that I could always talk to. And she was the one person that was always making sure there was something going on for every holiday. So today is a holiday. And yes, I'm missing her and wish she was here. Wish I could talk to her. I would go sit in her room and talk to her for like hours. And then I would go do my work and I would come back and say, hey, you need anything? And I would go back and sit some more and we would crack some jokes. If I had a problem, I know I could count on her to help me try to come up with a solution. I don't have that anymore. I don't have that person who has the mindset to have solutions like me. It's all now I'm by myself when it comes to that. I have to think of everything by myself. She was that person. She was that. We had plenty of days where I'll be like, listen, what you think about this? And she'll give me real feedback. You know, even if I ain't like it, she would give me real feedback, which was, in my opinion, you know, if someone is giving you feedback, whether you like it or not, listen. And what you decide to do with it, you know, you do that. But she would give me real honest feedback. And sometimes I ain't like what she said. And I would say, but then I would think about it and it made total sense whether I liked it or not. And then with other times, I was like, okay, well, thanks for sharing. And I still did what I want to do. But at least she was there for me to talk to. At least she was there with me to work out those situations. She was good like that. You know, she had to be good like that. She grew up in a big family. Her mother had 8 kids. And she was the oldest girl. So she was always on top of stuff. And then she raised my brother and I by herself. So she had to do everything by herself. So she was always really good at making sure everybody was okay, including me. So here I am, a grown woman, crying on the show this morning because I missed my mommy. How about that? Anyway, I know she's up in heaven looking down. So let me get the show going. All right, today is September the 5th, Labor Day. It's also National Be Late for Something Day. Wait, that did help me feel better. Some people are late for everything. I hate. Let me tell you 2 things. You want to get on my nerve? These are the 2 things that burns me to my core. Being ignored, like in silence. Like silence for me is like deafening. Like I cannot stand being around people who just don't talk. When I tell y'all I hate that, I hate it with a passion. It makes me sick to my stomach. And the other thing is being late. Oh my God, you want to tick me off? Make me late. Oh my God, I get so, because I don't like being late. Like if I get up and I'm getting myself ready so I can be somewhere on time, I want to be on time. I hate being late. So those 2 things right there, silence and being late. Oh God, I hate them. And when I'm with the silence and I'm late and oh my God, that I have to really focus on myself and talk to myself so I can get myself back into the right frame of mind, because I'm telling you, the silence pisses me off to the core, to the point where I just would rather not be around somebody who's silent. Like it makes me sick to my stomach. Like I know that's a mental thing for real, because everybody got their mental stuff, but silence and being late, 2 things I deplore. I'm telling you with a passion. Like everybody has their pet peeve in silence and being late of mine. I can pretty much overlook almost anything, but I hate being late, and I cannot stand being around somebody that's just silent. Like, leave me alone. Go be by yourself. Let me be by myself. Because if I'm by myself and it's silent, I'm going to find something to do. I'm going to find something to write about. I'm going to find a podcast to listen to. I'm going to find something that's going to make me happy. But being in a room with somebody and they're not talking, and we're supposed to be there. My daughter was telling me that. She's been telling me this all weekend. And because she was trying to date somebody. And I'm always telling her business, right? She probably would kick me in my head if she could. But she can't because I'm the mother. But she was dating somebody. And he's from Jersey. And he's visiting her. And the one thing she was saying is like, we haven't talked about anything. And I constantly say to her, let me tell you something. And I'm going to stick to this to the day they put me in the box. If you don't have anything in common with somebody and you can't have a grown folk conversation, and I tell her this all the time, do not be with that person. I don't care what they bring to the table. If they cannot bring something in common with you, and if they cannot bring a conversation and you like to have conversations, leave them. Don't talk to them. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, stuff is stuff. Money is a tool, right? And even though you have all the money in the world, look at all the rich people. Look, just this morning, the executive from, oh God, what was it? He jumps out of a window. Now, mind you, I don't know what he was going through. I forgot the company he was the executive of, and it's somewhere. You can read it. but he jumps out of a window. So it wasn't money for him, because I'm sure he had plenty of that, right? I don't care what that person, if they can bring millions of dollars to the table. Because here's what's going to happen. If you're the type of person who likes to communicate and communication stimulates you and you are not getting that, you're going to be dying a slow death. I'm telling you. And I told her that, and she's like, I said to her, well, did he talk about anything about the relationship? She's like, no. I said, dump him. I said, as soon as he get on the plane, dump him. Because I know her. She likes to grind. She likes nice things. You know, she loves to travel. I said, dump him. He's not the one. You know, and I normally don't get too deep into her business, but, and I didn't have to really tell her that, because she was already saying, oh yeah, this is the worst weekend of my life. No conversation. I was like, he's probably boring. He's going to be boring forever. Dump him. And this is one guy, though, so funny, because there's one guy she dated, and she always go back to what great, and she's been saying this, and I think, she broke up with him, but she broke up with him because he seemed a little bit stalkerish. And like one night and I'm telling all her business, but one night, I just got to tell you, because I'm on this soapbox about these things that piss me off. Anyway, he was a little bit stalkerish, she said. But he had great conversation, and she just kept saying, man, the one thing I miss about him is the conversations. Ooh, the one thing I miss about him is the conversations. And so I said to her, I said, well, I mean, do you want to reach out to him? She's like, I tried. He won't reach back. So, which lets me know she really missed him. Because she used to always say, like, their conversations, they could talk about anything for hours. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says about anything. If you are the type of person and you like to conversate and you get with a person who does not like to conversate, you are going to be a miserable person. And I tell her that all the time, do not, because I know she likes to conversate. I know she likes to travel. I know she likes to do things. Do not get in a relationship with anybody who does not like the things you like. I'm not saying they have to be exactly like you, but you got to have, if you like to travel, he needs to like to travel. If you like to conversate, he needs to like to conversate. You know, and everything else y'all can work out, because communication is so key, right? If you could talk about it, you could figure out a solution. But if you can't even talk about it, like, nothing is ever going to get solved unless you solve it all by yourself. And sometimes you have no choice. You have to solve every single thing by yourself. Everything. And then you ask yourself, well, why am I in a relationship? So she's had a very long weekend. And I was like, look, dump him. So I would dump him at the airport. I said, so this is what I said to her. When he gets to the airport, I said, let him know, hey, thanks for coming. This is not going to work for me. I wish you nothing but happiness in your life and a safe trip home. Take care. She was like, and she laughed, but I was serious, because she has told me, like, when I first met him, I told my friends, we were all at a cookout in Jersey. I said, oh, he seems extremely boring. Like, right? He was a nice looking fella, but when I talked to him, I was like, ugh, I got nothing from him. And I was like, I ain't say nothing to her though, but I was like, oh, he seems so boring. Like, girl, you are going to not like him. And sure, I didn't say anything. We just all me and my friends, because all my girlfriends were there. All my high school friends were there. My four best, well, was it four of us? It was my three best high school friends were there. And we were sitting together, and we were like, yeah, no. Because we're old enough to know we know her, and we saw him, and although he looked okay, it was like, oof. Yeah, he seemed like he is going to be mad boring. And she was like, oh my God. But anyway, let me get on with the show. It's National... I know I've been talking a lot about this stuff because it's funny. National Cheese Pizza Day. It's National Be Late for Something Day. Somebody said that's National Day for me every day because they're late. Not me. That's how I got on my soapbox talking about that national holiday right there, being late. I hate being late. When it piss me off, make me late. That's pissing me. I can make myself late and be pissed off. Like, for real. I hate being late. I hate silence and I hate being late. All right, it's also National Voters Registration Month. Now, here's the important thing about this holiday. You need to make sure that you're registered to vote, because we got some big elections coming up in November, and every vote counts, baby. Every vote. So you need to make sure you're registered to vote. I'm about to put in for the mail-in ballots for my uncle, because he can't go out and vote, to make sure that ballot is here and he can get it on time and we can drop it in the mail. It's National Voters Registration Month. Get out to vote. If you know somebody who's not registered to vote, help them get registered. We need all the votes we can get coming November. This is a big election year for us here in Georgia. And so we need to make sure the votes are in. We don't need them to be coming through the mail and the mail gets shut down. We need them to be in early. But you can't get to vote in early if you're not registered to vote. So make sure that you are registered to vote. It's important. So make sure you do it. All right, cool. All right, we got to keep this. I'm going to keep it running. Now, what's closed today? What's closed and what's open? Of course, today is Labor Day. And today, all government buildings are shut down. There is no mail delivered today. Grocery stores are open, but Costco's is closed. So if you like Costco's, don't go there today because they're closed. But grocery store, Kroger's is open. Of course, Walmart is open. It's not shutting down. But government institution, local government, national institution, they're closed. Most stores are open, but government offices are closed. So don't go to the post office. Don't try to go to the DMV. Don't even try to go to the bank unless you're going to the ATM because it's closed. It's a holiday, so they're closed. All right, post office is closed. If you didn't mail it on Friday or Saturday, you're screwed. You got to wait till tomorrow. You should have mailed it on time because you was being late. Today is National Be Late Day. Not Saturday, not Friday. Now you're rushing. Well, I don't know what to tell you because it's closed. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to two special people before I get these horoscopes. Two special people. I've been knowing these people since they came into the world. Yes. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to my baby, my goddaughter, Callista. It's so funny. Her dad named her Callista. And I had never heard of anybody named Callista until I started watching, what was the show I used to watch? It was a law show. And Ally McBeal. I used to love Ally McBeal. And Ally's name was Callista Flockhart. And I think that's where her dad got the name from. Because when she got named, he was like, Callista. I'm like, Callista? That's the only Callista I had ever heard. The young lady that played Ally McBeal. So happy birthday to my goddaughter Callista. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, darling. She's out in LA living her dreams. Happy birthday, darling. And also happy birthday to this young man. We call him Ray Ray. His name is Ray John. Happy birthday, Ray Ray, baby. Been knowing him since he came into this world. So their mom, he's my godson too. So I have two godsons and a goddaughter. And his mom is one of my best friends. And Callista's mom is my other best friend. And so I consider myself blessed to have 4 best friends. Yep. Rosa, Angie, Sandra, and Georgette, my best friends. Outside of my baby, of course, and my husband, and my brother. I mean, like my girlfriend's best friends. You know what I'm saying? But happy birthday, Ray Ray. Happy birthday, Callista. And I love you guys, and I wish you many, 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 many more. All right, let's get on with these horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen for today, Monday, September the 5th. I got a lot of birthdays in September. I got about 3 or 4 next week to announce. We're going to kick this thing off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Do whatever your mate wants. It really doesn't matter as long as you're together. Don't start any arguments unless you're prepared to accept the irrevocable results. Remember that no one can walk through your door if there's someone standing in the doorway. All right, listen, Aries, who's standing in your doorway? Because they're blocking. They are, you know what we used to say, stop blocking. You know what, fill it in for yourself. Stop blocking. It's a word that go before blocking. I can't put it there. But anyway, nobody can walk through your door, Aries, if somebody is standing in the way. So get them out of your doorway so the right person come through. In the meantime, don't piss your mate off. Because you don't start arguments unless you can handle the wrath, baby. I'm just trying to say. If you can't handle the wrath, don't start it. Don't start none, it won't be none. Yes. Taurus, your personal life will be under the gun, and you may want to avoid the questions your lover is going to want to ask. You might find added popularity with those around you today. Take work home, but be sure to spend some time with your mate. Sound like a love day here. Oh, I hear mate. That's the second mate already. I just started. In the meantime, who wants to? Well, take work home if you have to. Just make some time for that special person in your life. Yes, your personal life, because your personal life may be under the gun, and your lover is questioning whether or not you love them. Do you feel the same way I do? They're questioning that right now, so be careful, Taurus. Gemini, make changes regarding your friendships. You can make career moves that will bring you a much higher income. It's time to reevaluate your motives. Ooh, what kind of motive? Okay, make changes regarding your friendships. What does that mean? Do you need to get new friends? Do you dump your old friends? What does that mean? Do you pump the brake on some friends? What does that mean? In the meantime, reevaluate your motives. Why did you do what you do? Yeah, why? That's a good why. I know I said why, right? Why? Why did you do what you do? Cancer, involvement in group interests will bring you in touch with important individuals. Go out shopping today. Don't spend too much in order to impress others. Here's the thing, Cancer. Either they like you or they don't. Do not spend too much just to impress folks, because stuff only impress people for a short time. And then once they start saying you doing things to impress them, then they're going to hate on you. They're going to think she better not. We are, because you're trying to impress them by spending money. Don't do that. Just be yourself. Be your loving, kind self. Leo, minor health problems will flare up if you don't take care of yourself. Brunch, a long walk, or quiet dinner will secure your position in your relationship. Take advantage of opportunities that present themselves. All right, take a long walk, go to brunch, do something quiet, have a quiet dinner. Yeah, that's gonna be good for your relationship. In the meantime, take care of yourself. You only get one you. Take care of you the best way you can. Virgo, you will be able to talk to your lover about future goals and perhaps make plans for the two of you to take a vacation. Don't let your work and your personal life interfere with each other. You will be extremely sentimental, and if pushed by others, you may hold a lasting grudge. Let me tell y'all something about Virgo. Virgos hold grudges about anything. And don't nobody know what they're holding a grudge about but them. Because somebody didn't say something, somebody did say something. People don't even know what's wrong with them. And they will hold a grudge like it's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. And I have two Virgos in my life right now holding grudges about absolutely nothing. And I was like, you know what? If you want to cut yourself out of the family lives because of whatever this thing is you're holding, nobody knows what it is but you. Because everybody looking around like, what did I do? What did I? Because they want to know that they do something, right? And here's the thing. I know, because I know what the grudges are, nobody did anything. What they didn't do was say something. Honestly, two grudges right now in the family because somebody either said something or didn't say something. So we got two Virgos that's pissed off, won't talk to anybody because somebody either said something or didn't say. And when I tell you it was something that made no sense, because I know what they are. And I'm like, you are holding a grudge about that? Well, you can't make people change their minds. You can't make people change their ways. They just got to figure out when they want to change their way. I have learned to just say, hey, and keep it going. Because some people are they're just like that. So anyway, Virgo, give up the grudges. I had a friend, her name is Leslie. I have a friend, her name is Leslie. She's a pastor. And I remember one time, as a matter of fact, she is Joe Clark's niece. So you know Joe Clark, Lean On Me Joe Clark, Batman Joe, that Joe. That's his niece, right? She's one of my good friends. Our families have been friends since I was like 14 years old. And she had written a book and, she was raising money. And she thought that she could have gotten a lot of money from people in her family, especially Uncle Joe, for her book. And he gave her $100 to help her get the book off the ground. And she was hurt. And I was like, what? That's it? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, that's all he gave you? Like, he gave $100 for the book. And she was mad, but she stopped being mad. And I said to her later, when it was my time to be mad, because I went to my friends and said, hey, I'm launching this doll company. Can you pre-order a doll for $59? $59. And I went to people who I had done so much for, never even thought about asking them for anything until God gave me this idea for this doll. And when I went and asked for $59 to pre-order the doll so we can get the doll manufactured in Hong Kong, they would not do it. And I was mad, holding a grudge for an entire year, to the point where it just broke my spirit. And I went to Leslie and I said, Leslie, how did you move past being like mad with everybody? Because I'm mad with everybody right now. And she said to me, listen, don't hold grudges. Because when you hold grudges, you block your blessings. And I was like, say no more, baby. You ain't got to listen. I need some blessings in my life. So let me drop these grudges and keep it moving. So I said all that to say, y'all, if you're holding a grudge against somebody right now, especially for some stupid grudges, and you know they stupid, drop them. Because you're blocking your blessings. And you want to know why things are not happening for you. Because you're holding aught towards someone. I'm telling you, that's the best advice I got. And she was like, listen, you can't hold grudges. Give it over to God, because when you hold grudges against people, you got aught in your heart against folks, you are blocking your blessing. I said, Lord knows I don't need no blessings to be blocked. All right, so stop blocking your blessing. I know it's not the end of the show yet, but I just had to share that with somebody, because somebody need to hear it right now. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to bring you more of the horoscopes, brought to you by Notary Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Not sure I understand it, but everything seems brighter now than before. I don't know why I feel this way, but every time I hear your name, all my worries disappear, yeah. It's all because of you. I feel the way I do. You make my dreams come true, yeah. It's all because of you, because of you, because of you. And I don't fall in love so easily, 'cause I don't wear my heart up on my sleeve, yeah. I don't know if you feel the same, but every time I hear your name, my worries disappear. It's all because of you, yeah. I feel the way I do. You make my dreams come true, yes you do now. It's all because of you, because of you, because of you. Oh.
I'm going to pick it up with Libra. Have some fun, but draw the line if someone tries to fast talk their way into your heart. I told y'all it's relationship day. You have a childlike approach today, big-hearted and full of spunk. You will attract members of the opposite sex readily. All right, look at you with your attraction self. Your attractive self, Libra, just going to be attracting folks of the opposite sex. In the meantime, somebody that you're going to attract going to try to fast talk their way into your heart. Listen, don't let them. Get to know them. Find out. Dig into the background. What they like. Do they have some plans? Do they like are they like you? Are they laid back? Do they like the grind? Are you laid back? Do you like the grind? Do they grind match your grind? You know, do they have ambitions or do they not have ambitions? Is their ambition just to go to work every day and that's it? Is that not your ambition? If that's not, I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help somebody, Libra. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid. They can bite you in the butt later if you don't. Scorpio, you need an outlet that will not only stimulate you, but also challenge your intelligence as well. Don't let those close to you get under your skin. Social functions will bring you in touch with new lovers. I told y'all it's a relationship day to day. What is it, a new moon or something? Yeah, you got to get out and mingle though, Scorpio. The only way you're gonna get that new love in your life today, yeah, you got to get out and go to some social functions. I know you don't want to go, but you have to go. Sagittarius, you will have additional discipline. You will have additional discipline that will aid you in your objectives. Later in the week, your boss will pat you on the back for a job well done. Insincere gestures of friendliness may be misleading. Watch out. Somebody's trying to bamboozle you, Sagittarius. They're not really your friends. They want something. Watch your back today. Watch your back. Capricorn, take time to sort out your personal papers and double check your financial investments. Your ability to relate will close generation gaps. You're in the mood to party. Look at you, party animal. You gonna party on a Monday? Oh, it is a holiday though. It is a holiday. So maybe that's why you're in the mood to party. You're in the mood to party today. It's a cookout at your house. I need to come to your house. Here's the thing about cookouts though. I used to I like to get together and play spades at cookouts. That's what I like to do. I don't necessarily have to cook nothing, but I don't mind playing a good game of spades at a cookout. My brother had a nice 4th of July cookout. And I got to play spades. We won all our games too. Yes. People like, I know how to play. Yeah, y'all know how to play like me. We busted chops. Aquarius. New relationships will surface through work-related events. Relationship day. The stars, baby. The stars are lining up for some folks today. You might find added popularity with those around you today. Check your personal papers and make sure everything is in order. Get your stuff in order. Y'all know what I want to say, but this is a family show, so I ain't going to say that. Get your stuff in order, Aquarius. Make sure all your paperwork and your personal papers are in order, right? In the meantime, new relationships can surface through work-related events. All right, listen. Remember this, though. Aquarius. I hope that you don't want that person to work at a job with you, because if that junk don't work out, y'all got to see each other every day. Yeah, so make sure, you ain't trying to dip your toe where you work at. I'm just saying, if you want to, you want to, but I'm just saying you got to see them. So preferably it works out. But if it doesn't, you have to see them. If you start dating someone and they start dating someone, y'all got to see each other. It's going to be uncomfortable. I'm just trying to tell you what I know for a fact. This is a fact because I've been down that road. It's not comfortable. Not comfortable at all to work in the place where your ex work and everybody know that's your ex. Not a comfortable place to be in. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. You need to be careful not to make promises you can't fulfill. Try to calm down and listen to your partner's complaints. Compromise may be necessary. Compromising could be on the agenda today. All right, fish, what we need to compromise about? We need to listen. Listen. The key thing today is listen, fish. Listen to what the complaint is. Your partner may have try to calm down and listen to your partner's complaint. Because listen, we can fly off the handle. So your partner has a complaint. You're going to stay calm. You're going to listen, and a compromise may be necessary. Compromising could be on the agenda for us today. I'm a fish, so I'm telling you, fish, we need to first shut up and just listen and listen to what they're saying. Give them an opportunity to speak, because sometimes we can just speak. We got a swift tongue, and we can just cut right through some ish. It's family show, y'all know what I want to say, but we're gonna listen. And then we're going to give our response in a very calm manner. And if we need to compromise today, fish, we will compromise. All right? All right. Remember that. Listen, compromise, and be calm. All right, fish? All right, cool. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes. Brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thompson. Let's keep this train rolling. Listen, the Bulldogs kicked the Ducks in the butt. Yeah, 49-3, they took them down, baby. They took them down. The Ducks came to town from Oregon, thought they was going to take the Bulldogs down. Bulldogs kicked butt. You hear what I'm saying? Yes, the score was 49-3. They kicked them. They almost blew them out. But speaking of blowout, the Grayson Rams did just that. Yes, the Grayson Rams beat Fort Dorchester Patriots from South Carolina, beat the snot out of them. 28-0, kicked them down. Yeah, I missed that game. I missed the game because I didn't feel like driving to Atlanta. I had a headache. I really didn't. I wanted to go, but I just didn't feel like driving. And nobody wanted to drive, so I didn't feel like driving either. So I didn't go, and I missed the game. So instead, me and my grandbaby went to the grocery store and to the car wash. She said, "Gee, are we going to the car wash?" I was like, "Yes." So instead of going to the game, I missed that game. But I'll be there Friday night if it's not raining. If it's not raining, I'll be in Grayson Friday night football. But the Rams shut it down, shut the doors on them. Sorry, Fort Dorchester. Oh, the Patriots got kicked in the behind. Yes, it was all over. All over. Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners recently approved nearly $791,000 in improvements to 2 pools on grounds of city parks. The commissioners voted to spend $526,000 to replaster the leisure pool and replace a play structure from 2008 at Bogan Park Aquatic Center near Beaufort. The contract went to Poolside Inc. They're also going to spend $265,000 to John F. Pemberton Company to improve the ductwork at Bethesda Park Aquatic Center east of Lilburn. So listen, I told y'all when I moved here, these parks are some of the most beautiful parks I had ever seen in my life. I was like, that's a park? Beautiful park, swimming pool, playgrounds, ball fields, just beautiful. Just no paper. No, I was like, wow, these are some beautiful. I was just enamored. I was floored by the parks, how beautiful they were. I really was. I couldn't believe how nice they were. Yep, they were nice. All right, listen, I'm going to go to this song. I'll be right back after this song to bring you more of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County, so stay tuned.
You're kissing my neck and grabbing my leg, pushing me backwards into your bed. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep, too deep.
I can feel the tension. Another bottle of this wine, I'll be up in your space. Love and affection, ain't got nothing on me. No, that's not what I need. Maybe on another day, I'd encourage you to make me stay. But baby, I'm just trying to numb my brain and wrap my head around this whole thing. When you're kissing my neck and grabbing my leg, pushing me backwards into your bed. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep. So I pick up my clothes and be on my way. Leave you a note saying I can't stay. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep, too deep. I think I learned my lesson. You can love somebody else until you're loving yourself. I need some direction before we dive into these sheets. Maybe on another day, I'd encourage you to make me stay. But baby, I'm just trying to numb my brain and wrap my head around this whole thing. When you're kissing my neck and grabbing my leg, pushing me backwards into your bed. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep. So I pick up my clothes and be on my way. Leave you a note saying I can't stay. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep, too deep. When you're kissing my neck and grabbing my leg, pushing me backwards into your bed. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep. So I pick up my clothes and be on my way. Leave you a note saying I can't stay. Baby, you are all I need, but I don't wanna dive too deep, too deep.
One thing I love about my show is music. Welcome back. It's your girl, R.E.D. Kearney, bringing the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So, Gwinnett County District Attorney Patsy Austin-Gatson is looking to explain 2 programs her office has created to help prevent young people from being repeated offenders. Going to jail. She don't want to see them in jail. She has a passion for young people, and she is doing everything she can to make sure that they do not go to jail, and if they go, they don't go back. So anyway, DA Gatson highlighted restorative justice programs and aimed at lowering recidivism rates in her presentation to the county 2023 Budget Citizens Review Team last Wednesday. One of the programs is the Rehabilitation Enhances Dreams program. They call it R.E.D. also known as R.E.D, and the other one is Ryzer program. Both of these are up and running already, but she said we need to keep them going. We need to keep them going. In order to keep them going, they need funding. So funding for R.E.D and Ryzer programs was a key part of the district attorney budget request, also known as decision packages for 2023. She is seeking $125,000 for R.E.D, the R.E.D program, and $40,000 for the Ryzer program. The R.E.D program is geared towards the first offenders between the ages of 17 and 28, while Ryzer program is geared towards youth in the juvenile justice system and works as a pretrial diversion program. So she wants to make sure that these programs keeps going so we can make sure that our young people are not caught up in the system and remain there. So, I love her. I've told her that in person recently. I think she's an amazing person. I love the work that she's doing. And so I think what she's doing is going to keep going. She said that the funding is being requested for R.E.D program is part of the total amount of $185,000 that our office plans to spend in 2023 on the program. The program generally costs about $7,500 per person for a year-long program. Yep. So listen, help the people, help them. Like this is one of the problems. Like we have to help. And we can keep people out of jail if we give them the proper training. Now we can't make them do anything. We can give them the tools to help them. And that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to give them the tools for a second chance at a better life. So working with R.E.D and working with Ryzer is going to do that, but you can't do it for free. The organization has to have people in place, so they need support. And so that's why she's raising this funding, putting this in her budget so she can give them the organizations the financial support they need to do the programs. All right? That's pretty cool. Kudos to you, Madam DA. The Peachtree Corner City Council recently approved a zoning change to allow for a mixed-use office and retail building at 3847 Medlock Bridge Road in town center boundaries. The 4-story building will be constructed on a little over 2 acres behind Sprouts. The Sprouts over there and to the east of Piedmont Bank. So retail and restaurant coffee shop will be located on the ground floor of the co-working space of the building. A rooftop patio is planned for use by the office tenants and the public. That's pretty cool. I think that's the first time I've heard about a rooftop patio. I talk about all of the development that's going on around Gwinnett County, but I don't think I've heard anybody say anything about a rooftop patio. That's pretty cool. But anyway, they're going to have a co-working space in there, and they're going to have a rooftop patio. Conditions includes control of vehicle access points, stormwater detention, and sidewalk connectivity. Parking will be shared with the bank. So I told y'all Gwinnett is growing. In a minute, we're going to look like New York. I hope not, because New York is crowded. I don't know if y'all have ever been to New York, but New York is crowded unless you go out to the suburbs. Like when you start going out to like Sag Harbor and Long Island, it's not crowded out there. I spent a weekend in Sag Harbor. It was, as a matter of fact, it was a Labor Day weekend. As a matter of fact, my friend Lori, she had her grandparents, built a subdivision in Sag Harbor. Let me tell y'all a funny story. So her grandfather and this woman, I think it was like, I forgot the lady's name. I forgot. This is like, it should be a historical site, but it was her grandfather. There's another woman, I think it might have been 3 of them. They built this whole subdivision in Sag Harbor. So if you know anything about Long Island, Sag Harbor, the Hamptons, it's all money. It's all money. So I remember going to Sag Harbor with her, and she said to me, this is what we used to do every summer for vacation. We came to Sag Harbor, and her mother had a house next door that her grandfather had built for them, and then I think her sister had one, or her aunt or somebody had one next door. So it's 2 houses side by side. So the family would go there to Sag Harbor for the summer, and they had their own private beach. So I went there. I had never been there, but I had seen like the Inkwell. I had been to Martha's Vineyard before. So if you never had a chance to go to Martha's Vineyard and to one of these type places, it's really surreal, because it's like a different world almost. And so I had spent, I talked to you guys some years ago, the day that JFK Jr. died. I got to Martha's Vineyard that day. His plane went down. I got there that Friday. His plane went down that Saturday. So whatever time that was, that's when I was in. I want to say it was between 98 and 99. And so we were in Martha's Vineyard. So I love Martha's Vineyard. But it was kind of sad because of what was going on. But it was like this different kind of world, because, it was a bunch of rich people in Martha's Vineyard, right? So when I go to Sag Harbor, I get to Sag Harbor with Lori, And all of these people, they know each other because they've been vacationing since now Lori is 7 years older than me. So she had been vacationing with these people since they were little kids. Like, this is what her family did. They went to Sag Harbor and they vacationed for the summer, which I was like, wow, that's pretty darn cool. And so, to give y'all an example who lived in the area in the subdivision. So at the time, Susan Taylor, who was the editor for Essence Magazine, lived around the corner. B. Smith, y'all know B. Smith. She had a TV show. She had a magazine. She had a bunch of restaurants. She lived around the corner on the other side, and she had a restaurant downtown Sag Harbor on the harbor. Then Earl Graves, who was the publisher of Black Enterprise magazine, was literally his house was across the street. Like, I could just walk out the door and literally walk across the street. Earl Graves' house was right there, and I was like, oh my God! So that was amazing to me, right? And I remember sitting on the beach. And Lori loves the beach. So now I know why she loves the beach, because she spent every summer on the beach. I don't like the beach like that. I didn't spend the summer on the beach. I spent the summers on the bricks because I grew up in Newark. She did not. She grew up in Teaneck, and they had a house in Sag Harbor. And I remember sitting on the beach thinking, this is surreal. Like, they had the little post office that people go. It was like something I gave you a prime example of what it was like. It was like an episode on Hallmark Channel. You know, you watch the Hallmark Channel, it has these little towns and all the people kind of just floating around the little town. That's what it was. But what was interesting about that recently, about a couple months ago, I was on a virtual networking, and I thought this was the stupidest thing ever. But the woman said it. I said, where do you live? She's like, oh man, she said she was in Sag Harbor. I said, oh yeah, my friend, she had a house in Sag Harbor, and she said, really? And I was like, well, yeah, it's a whole subdivision over there that was created by some black folk. I never heard of that. She was just but what happened was, and a lot of them sold. Like, my friend Lori sold about 3 years ago, and she said she sold it because she has one son. He wasn't interested in going up there to Sag Harbor. Now, I mean, personally, I probably would have never sold. I wouldn't have sold, because that's just how I am. Like, to me, that's a part of our history. And so her grandfather and these people built this subdivision for black folks so they have a place in Sag Harbor. I probably would never have sold. But the money was good, and she had moved to Georgia, and she's like, nobody's going to go there. Her niece, she had one niece, one nephew, and one son. And her sister had passed away, so nobody was going to go to the house in Sag Harbor. But anyway, I forgot while I was telling y'all that story. Speaking of history, there's a Black Artist Showcase today, if you want to go. It's all day. It started this morning at 6 o'clock, ends at 6 p.m. It's also tomorrow as well, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to be at City Art Gallery, located at 5010 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. Black Artist Showcase. All right, so if you want to check that out, you can go. It's today from 10 to 6, tomorrow from 10 to 6, City Art Gallery, 5010 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. Check it out. Okay, I feel like I've been talking a lot. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and give you my word of inspiration for the day. So stay tuned.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free, set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, oh, oh. A brighter day, a brighter day. After in the pain, will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. Yeah, so I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Yeah, made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, oh, right, yeah, yeah. Oh. Made a promise to myself, this time I'll keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day, brighter day.
One of my favorite artists that I play on this show, one of my favorite songs, which is funny because I think I played that song. I think that was the last song I played last week, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this again. I never feel like anything is by coincidence. I felt like I needed to play that song for myself, right? Because I was at the top of the show, I was all mushy and thinking about my mom and having a bad moment. However, I know my mom is up there smiling down on me, and I know she heard me talking, so I needed to play that song. All right, so listen, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration, and here it goes. It says, be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. Oh, let me say that again, and this is directly to me too, y'all. This is for me today too. Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. Omar Khayyam said that, and he was right. Yes, I was sad a minute ago because I missed my mom, and I know had she been here, we would be doing something for Labor Day. Had she been here, I would have somebody to talk to who would talk back to me and give me like some advice and wisdom, but I don't. So in the meantime, I'm missing her, but I won't forget her, but I also won't wallow in my sadness. And so I will be happy for this moment because this moment is my life, and I hope you do the same. Thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful Labor Day. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. If you missed any episode of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. And be sure to download the app from the App Store. So whether you have an Apple phone or an iPhone, an Apple phone or an Android phone, there's an app in the App Store for Good Morning Gwinnett. So all you got to do is go to your App Store and look for Good Morning Gwinnett, and you can download the app to your phone. You guys stay safe out there. Have a wonderful Labor Day. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. Until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.